Bulls game day. So Chicago Bulls Central is here with the pregame show, the first game of a back-to-back to end this. It's not even, it's well over half the season. To end this first 2/3 of the season before we go into the All-Star break, we're going to talk about how the Bulls can fare against the Indiana Pacers without DeMar DeRozan. But first, we got to play that intro, though.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
All right, Bulls fans, we in the building. Y'all already know what it is. But man, I have no idea how to predict, look at, or really, consider anything with this team, right? We're missing DeMar DeRozan, which is going to be a huge, hurt for the Chicago Bulls. It has been, even in games where DeMar's been out and Zach LaVine has looked great. He just hasn't really gotten kind of the support that he needed at that point in time. But we face the Indiana Pacers team that we technically have only one more win than, even though they've played more games than us. But that team 17-14 at home. As far as I know, I think the Indiana Pacers have a clean injury report. Oh no, Daniel Tice and Miles Turner are both listed as day-to-day with the Chicago Bulls. We're going to be down DJJ, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso's listed as probable, and then I think also Goran Dragic is listed on the injury report as well. But listen, it is what it is, man. It's Chicago Bulls season. You already know what it is, man. It's crazy. We're gonna have a little bit of tequila left in this. Don't mind if I do. But I told you guys where I am before with this team. I'm kind of just, it is what it is. I'm just ready for this season to be over with. It just is what it is. I really do expect AK to make wholesale changes for this team. Not a full rebuild, but be prepared. There are going to be 1 to 2 of the big 3 that do not come back. Just be prepared for that. But until then, we got to make it through this season with this bitch ass team. I just ordered me a new Bulls hat. That's fire. So I'm still buying Bulls merch. It just is what it is at this point. It's part of who I am. I ordered a new Bears hat as well. So, you gotta show love. I needed some Sky gear. I need to get some Chicago Sky gear in the building. But yeah, man, this is about to be an interesting day. That's all I can say. But you guys know when the Bulls do lose bad, if they do lose bad, sometimes the post-game shows are more exciting because of it. So, we'll see what it is. We'll see who decides to get flamed. But this is what this season has brought me to, man. This is where we are with this season. It doesn't matter. It just really doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get to the comments. Kadaro says, what up, Haize? What's going on, fam? Steve-O says, let me grab my drink. I already got my tequila. I'm going to have some yak later, so you already know. We getting lit tonight. I might as well live stream the game if I wanted to, because all I'm going to be doing is drinking and talk. What the fuck are you doing, Mutt? Really, bro? You came over by me to fart? Please move, man. Old ass dog. Shit. Love him, but he's old and he's ornery. I want to see DT get some minutes. What's good, Haize? What's going on, James Jameson? You will. If Dalen Terry does not play minutes today, I really need one of the reporters to grow some balls and ask Billy Donovan why. Like, nobody asked. And shout out to Patrick the designer who pointed this out. Nobody asked the tough questions anymore. Nobody. KC, Will Gottlieb, I love them both, right? No, none of them. Nobody asked the tough questions anymore. They're just asked the lobs. Like, ask the tough questions, man. The Reinsdorfs was just squeezing everything they can for an era that ended 25 years ago. Oh no, it's well past the era. They don't forget they had the whole Derrick Rose here. Listen, at this point, they know the amount of money that no matter what, as long as they fake like they want to contend once every 5 to 8 years, they'll be cool. They'll always be top 5 in ticket sales. Bulls Daily says 5-game losing streak coming. Rondo cousin is Melo. What are you trying to build, a geriatric team? Send that to the big 3. That shit ain't got no business on the NBA court. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Y'all got to chill on the Melo and Cousins and all that shit. Collectively, they'll have a bunch of hips. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna murder a dog. I'm gonna murder a dog and a child at some point going on around here. I have a lot to say, bro. One, better see Dalen Terry minutes tonight after the heart he gave last game. Only reason I watched. Two, and for your last question, I would trade DeRozan to the Lakers. For what? What are you gonna get back for the Lakers? What are you getting back? Now, I know I did say in my video today, Mo Bamba maybe with a $10 million contract could be the first piece of that, but they really don't have a lot. Really, the assets that they have, they gave up to get the pieces that they have. I don't see them giving up Roy Hachimura in the DeMar DeRozan deal. I don't know if the Lakers are the perfect partner. I'm still at work, so I won't be able to catch the game. Hopefully, Dalen Terry, Marco, and Carla played great tonight. Definitely don't care for a win at this point. Hey, listen, it's hard to predict. You can't predict a win with this team at all, right? That'd be asinine. That'd be crazy if you try to predict a win for this team. Nick in the building says, what's good, Haize? I've been in some chats lately getting slammed for saying we maybe should let go of DeMar this offseason. I think his value is at its peak. For real, man, on top of how we playing right now, man. Here's what you'll say. A lot of Bulls fans say that because a lot of Bulls fans don't know how to think beyond the now. So when you say trade DeMar, all they are, but with the player making $40 million a year, but Patrick Williams as a 4th overall pick averaging 10 points per game. But you get things like that.
But Nick, why would you want to trade DeMar when Zach LaVine didn't average 46 points a game?
And you got to look those guys in the eye and tell them, shut the fuck up. It does not make any sense to build around a player at DeMar's age as you have under contract for only one season, no matter how good he is. That's why in my video today, I made sure that I highlighted. This isn't because DeMar's bad. It isn't because I don't like him. It isn't because of any of that. It just makes more basketball sense to trade DeMar DeRozan than Zach LaVine right now. DeRozan to the Lakers for some nice pieces. They have Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt. I did forget that they had Jared Vanderbilt. I will admit, I take back what I said, Melvin. I completely forgot that they got Jared Vanderbilt in there. If we trade DeMar to the Lakers for a package surrounding Mo Bamba and Jared Vanderbilt, you get that job done. Now, the biggest thing that I will say to that, wouldn't that be Rob Pelinka potentially repeating his mistake with Russell Westbrook? That's the biggest question there, is Rob Pelinka at this point now, did he realize the mistake that he made? Is he going to try to go younger now because he sees that you can't just focus on the present with LeBron James? That's the biggest question in that move, Melvin, is that piece. Rob Pelinka may very well look at it and say, no, we're not giving up. We don't have any draft. They have even less draft picks now, giving up one in the deal. So they may very well look at it and say, we cannot afford to give up any more young pieces for a veteran player. And they may just wait it out. So he's a free agent the season after next. James Jameson, I got a question. I don't watch the Sky, but who was the player that the Sky traded 5 picks for? Well, they traded, it's not 5 picks straight up because it's a pick swap. Marina Mabry, she's a really good point guard, scoring point guard. She's not really the passer Courtney Vandersloot was, so don't expect her to replace Vandersloot in that way. But she's a really good player. She can definitely score the ball. That's for sure. Amid says, what's good, bro? Sorry to say it, but I'm done for the season and not watching any more games from my Bulls. I look forward to the Bears. I feel like there's a lot of people that agree with you, though. Dalen and Marco called up. Let's see how they do. I doubt Marco plays, but I said it over on Locked on Bulls. Marco should play in this. Like, really, real talk. Marko Simonovic should play in this game. At the end of the day, if you lose, you can easily say, well, hell, we were out DeMar DeRozan, DJJ, technically Javonte Green still. You can give all those excuses, but this may be the time to take a look at those young players. Brendan Eljet, Sam Smith's scary ass haven't opened his mouth since the last dance and the Jordan Rules disaster. You have a great point on that. That is actually a very great point. Pat had asked what happened to Sam Smith asking the tough questions, and that absolutely makes sense, bro. That actually makes sense. Melvin says, I can't wait for the season to end, bro. I can't believe I'm holding on to hope like the 2015-16 Trailblazers when they were like 9 games under 500 and made the playoffs with at least 6 games over. I mean, is there a possibility of that? Yeah, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Steve-O Speaks says, KC asks semi-tough questions like is Zoe running instead of this motherfucker playing this year? Hey, I mean, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You said semi-tough. I'll give you that. But it's still like, Come on, fam. Like, this is what y'all asking. Y'all have, do you know the questions that I would ask? And no, not the petty Roosevelt questions, but I would ask some serious questions if I had access. If I ever get a press pass, ever, you ain't even got to worry about it. Because I'm going to be like, yeah, all right, that's all cool. When do you expect Lonzo Ball to play again? Like, this give me, when's your personal expectation on it? Do you expect it to be this decade? No? Okay, cool. That's what we can ride with. But be real with me, right? Why the fuck? The fact that nobody asked AK about Billy Donovan's extension blows my mind. They asked him, about the unbelievable job thing and all that, but nobody asked, how long did you extend it for? Why didn't you tell your fan base you extended your coach if you feel like he's doing such a good job, right? I've never seen somebody be proud of something and hide it. That don't make any sense. That it's like when dudes dating an ugly chick. You know when your homie's dating a pretty chick because they tell the whole crew immediately. When your homie's dating somebody who's ugly but got a fat ass, you know it. And then when you finally see him, you be like, oh, that's why you ain't tell us that you were dating no girl. She got a banging body, but that face looked like Planet of the Apes, right? That's what AK did with Billy Donovan. We all knew it was coming. If you're being real, the way that this franchise operates, we all knew that an extension was probably coming for Billy Donovan. But the fact that you didn't tell us lets us know you think that it's ugly. Fuck what we think. You think that it's ugly. Because there ain't nothing that you would do if you're proud of that you wouldn't tell your fan base. So Billy Donovan is the ugly chick with a fat ass. And he ain't even got that shit, unless the gum's the fat ass. Like, it's disgusting, fam. Like, it's really disgusting how they've treated us this year. That's bananas, bro. I love Vanderbilt and Mo Bamba for Debo and the Bulls' future first round. No, the Bulls can't give up any more first round picks, in my opinion, unless it's like a 2029 first rounder that's top 26 protected. Like, real talk. The Bulls, because I don't trust any move, even if they were to trade DeMar DeRozan for Mo Bamba and Jared Vanderbilt, I completely believe that Jared Vanderbilt will forget how to defend magically when he gets to the Chicago Bulls. As long as Billy Donovan's the head coach here, I have no faith in nobody. None. No, Haize. Rob Pelinka would have to hinge all his hopes on Anthony Davis to stay healthy with Debo on the squad. At least you have some durability. That great point as well, Brandon Eljet. You guys are bringing some great points today. I appreciate that. Well, Brandon Eljet always does. Will Purdue is the only real person I feel would ask Billy Donovan the real tough questions, bro, because he'd be pissed. And yeah, the Lakers are probably the only real possibility I think we trade DeRozan to. I disagree with it. When you look at the way some of the teams have come together, for example, don't forget, yeah, we all like Christian Wood. A lot of people like Christian Wood, but you can tell the Jason Kidd don't really trust Christian Wood. And considering what they put together, I would not be surprised at all if they keep Kyrie. They look at it and say, hey, we could add DeMar to this. Now, that's another ball-dominant player, so that team may not, but the Nuggets trying to stay competitive. There's a lot of other teams that I really think could be interested in DeMar DeRozan, not just the Lakers. Hell, I think the Clippers could be interested in DeMar DeRozan, honestly. Is this realistic? Green, DeMar, and Io all off the team in the offseason. Io's not. I tell you right now, they're not going. They're not letting Io go anywhere. It's not happening. They are not letting Io go anywhere. Acme said they hired BT. I guess you mean Billy Donovan because he's a player development coach. Pat, Kobe, Marco, Io, or DT have had no development detailed around them. No, bro. I don't know how often you watch me. I've literally been saying that for 6 months. They hired Billy Donovan, and one of the things that they hyped up in his hiring was his ability to develop players. He ain't developed a goddamn thing on this team. Here's my questions. How long and how much did you give Billy Donovan the extension? Besides Vooch, are you looking to extend Io or Kobe, who is the least to not resign? Is ownership cheap? What do you really think about Jerry Reinsdorf? Can you tell us that? Can you tell us that, AK?
This is God speaking. I just need you to really be honest with the Chicago Bulls fan base on just how cheap Billy Donovan is. Jerry Reinsdorf is. Can you do that for me? This is Jesus. This is actually your Lord and Savior Jesus. Oh, you don't believe in me? Oh, well, fuck it.
That's literally how that conversation would go. Oh man. Archangel says, "Amen, Haize. Even with the news leaked of Donovan extension, they still won't tell us how long. That reeks of shame." Like literally, bro. Like literally, it's literally like when you smash an ugly chick, but she gave some amazing dome, but you don't want nobody to know you slipped up and smashed. When you leave the crib, you just like, "Hey, anybody see me?" Hey, you even call your homies like, "Hey, where are you at right now? Oh, you on the other side of town? Bet. Don't even worry about it. I'll holler at you later." Like that's what AK and Eversley are doing right now. That's literally what they doing. What's the difference between Jared on the Lakers and Patrick? What does he got Patrick Williams don't have? They both play defense, but Patrick Williams' game offensively is better. I would say this. Jared Vanderbilt is a way more consistent defender. Jared Vanderbilt also gets out in transition. And it's just the lack of hesitation. And keep in mind, nobody's saying Patrick Williams or Jared Vanderbilt. We're saying both of them. You'll have both of them at that point. So, little famo, just keep in mind, nobody's saying let's get rid of Pat for Jared Vanderbilt. Patrick Williams has way more upside than Jared Vanderbilt. But when you look at Jared Vanderbilt and his abilities, he's more consistent in those things. He's less fearless in those things, and he has shown more aggression, at least on the defensive side of the ball. And what theoretically that would do is that would free up Patrick Williams to focus more on offense. Not to say that Patrick Williams needs to take a step back defensively, but if you have a lineup where it's Patrick Williams or Jared Vanderbilt at the 3 and 4, whichever one you decide to start elsewhere, you can then at that point, instead of having Patrick Williams kind of guard the best player, you can have Jared Vanderbilt guard the best player, and then you can use Patrick Williams more of his offense, run more plays for him, and let him run the offense at times in the half court. So that's what they have very different skill sets, but they are very, very similar defenders in their versatility on that. Bro, you wild. That's how the reporters be sounding. Yeah, for real, bro. Like, it's real talk. Something telling me Vooch is gone in the offseason. Why would he stay with the team that doesn't utilize him properly? Easily, because we can pay him the most. That's really what, and keep in mind, European players usually are very loyal to their team. As long as the team that they're on wants to try to re-sign them, you very rarely see European-based players. And keep in mind, Vooch just bought a house here. So that point systems down, they're basketball players. They can pay millions of dollars. He can buy houses in every major city in America if he wanted to. But it's things like that point to it, him staying. But I do think that part of the negotiation would be him being like, "Hey, how do you guys plan on using me?" Big girls will also make you mean. Oh no, fuck that. Never mind. I gotta stop. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Let me shut the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up right now. And you for saying that would be an idiot. I'm sorry. Like I don't even mean to offend you, but that's just a dumbass comment. Like there's just no way around it. That's stupid. But thank you for supporting the channel. Thank Haize. Yo ass got these motherfuckers with these dumbass trades again. My bad, bro. I didn't even mean to get it started, bro. Kyle Talkington says, "I'm going to the Milwaukee game tomorrow and trying to hold out hope that we make it a competitive game at least. At least excited to see Dalen get some time and show them how to play with heart." Listen, I tell you what, the fact that we're looking at a rookie, right? And a non-star level rookie. Nobody expects Dalen Terry to necessarily turn into a star. Nobody expected Jimmy Butler to turn into a star, so that doesn't mean he won't. But we're expecting a rookie to set the tone of energy. That sucks, bro. That really sucks. That sucks ass. Haize, what do you want to see go after the offseason? To be honest, I love Zach, but I'm cool with him going for a more elite all-star player like KD, Luka. I just don't think Zach is on that caliber, maybe. No, he's not on that caliber. But that's easy to say. Well, yeah, I'd rather see Zach go for KD, or that's probably not coming, right? KD just got traded. That's not happening. Dallas is clearly now focused on trying to build a championship contender around Luka. But I know you're just throwing names out there. But it's easy to say. It's not many people who are going to give up a star-level player for Zach LaVine. So it kind of just is what it is there. Shahid, I agree with your video earlier. Blow the shit. That's not what I said in the video. Let's be clear here. I specifically said do not blow it up completely. So A rebuild would be more exciting than waiting for this group to figure it out. No, it wouldn't. And that's that grass. And I see you say that all the time, Silk Ron. There's nothing more exciting about a rebuild, not with what this team has shown us. There's nothing more exciting about that. The only thing that you at that point are giving up is your expectations. That does not make it more exciting. That just means your expectations are lower for that team. There's nothing more exciting about going through a rebuild with where this team is right now. Nothing. All I know is when we trade DeMar, Lakers is a good partner for a lot of reasons. They got guys we want. One, and two, we be trading DeMar to a team that he wants to play for. Don't want to send them to I fuck what we send. Listen, it be I ain't got no fucking loyalty to DeMar DeRozan. He ain't win us no title. He ain't even win us a fucking playoff series. If the best package that you can get for him means sending him to the WNBA, that's what the fuck you do. I don't give a fuck. We ain't got shit that we need to do to be trying to worry about where we send DeMar DeRozan. You need to be worried about what you get back in that package. DeMar ain't done shit enough for this team for us to have this. Oh well, we really felt good about sending DeMar to a fuck DeMar and going to a contender, bro. Like, and that's again, I like DeMar, and I want to see it. And I do think when we move him, we just need to be focused on us getting the best deal for the team back. So, yeah, I ain't. Haize has never said blow it up in the 18 months of this channel's existence. Never. Never and never will I. But I do understand what that headline of people saying, hey, Haize wants us to blow it up. No, that's not what I said. Oh, man. I say next year we need sharpshooters and people who want to play defense. Man, we need a lot next year. Send his ass to the WNBA. Yeah, send his ass to the put a wig on him. Let him be Joanna Man. Shay, DeMar DeRozan for OG Anunoby. Here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to highlight to you guys. All the play we saw the D'Lo go back to the Lakers. We even saw John Wall go back to the Houston Rockets, a team that literally he sat out a whole year because they didn't want him to play for their team. Have you heard there's been very few rumors, like legitimate. Of course, you have the wild fans like, yeah, we take DeMar back. But there's been nothing to say that the Toronto Raptors want DeMar DeRozan's ass back. You know why? Because they moved the fuck on and they ain't looked back since. They don't want that man back. They don't want him back. Yeah, man, ain't no one but Vooch giving us the best effort consistently. That's a fact. And Bulls fans still try to shit on Vooch. I went back and watched some of your early games when we were still kind of winning. Bro, playing through Vooch like Kings are playing with Sabonis is the fucking way forward. Bro, absolutely, Kobe. Kobe White, please re-sign with the Bulls. That's a hell of a nickname, man. When you blow up a money machine like the Jordan Bulls, perhaps ownership is sadistic, not cheap. Damn. All right, Archangel, he said they're sadistic, not cheap. Yo, Haize, keep up the good work. I've been in and out lately. I've been through it's really tough to watch these games. Hell, I tried rooting for Portland so we can at least get the 2023 pick, but they suck too. Hey, there's so much, man. There's so much. The Chicago Sky can use the center. DeMar DeRozan absolutely could play center, and that would fit his game. That would absolutely fit his game. Do you think the Bulls made a mistake by having Zach as the all-star player? Also, what players do you want to see go around? I think by that you mean the focus, the team person. Because, I mean, all-star, your play determines you being an all-star, not the team. And trade deadline passed. Sydney, we're past that. We need to be moving people in the offseason. We can't wait till next trade deadline to trade these motherfuckers. But no, I understand. I don't think it was necessarily a mistake. I just don't think that they built a team around the skill set enough. And then he hasn't lived up to even what he's done at his best at all. He hasn't done that. Nobody want a motherfucker that don't play defense and has a 0-7 play style, bro. Like literally, maybe the Spurs will take him back. If Pop, because we all expected this to be Pop's last season, but Pop's kind of talking like he may come back. If Pop does come back, he may want DeMar DeRozan back. We don't want his ass though. Chi-Town Javier says, what's good, Haize? Excited to see this give zero effort tonight and look lethargic most. God damn, bro. CP Honcho, is there such thing as a buyout for a coach? Yeah, technically anything could be bought out. Coaches have no incentive to be bought out. And the reason why coaches have no incentive to be bought out is because if you fire a coach, they still get paid until they either sign with another team or they that's it. It's either they sign with another team or the length of their contract expires. So you will rarely ever see a coach agree to a buyout because it's just not incentivized for them. So I doubt that Billy Donovan gets bought out. That's not going to happen. Again, we'll still be talking about at that point Jerry Reinsdorf writing a check. Jerry Reinsdorf ain't writing no check for nothing extra. Send DeRozan to a team that has a lot of picks, pick that come due sooner than later in some rotation guys. You never get fair value back, so I'll take 4 quarters for the dollar. Well, wait, that's not 4 quarters for the dollar. You said a lot of picks. There's no team that's giving up a lot of picks for a player under 1 year contract that's 34 years old. So, no, we maybe can get a pick back and maybe a couple solid rotation pieces, but you're not getting a lot of picks and picks that come sooner and some rotation guys. You're not getting all of that, bro. Like, the guy, we ain't like that's not happening. That's just not happening. Yeah, technically we can trade Billy Donovan, but if you're a coach in the NBA, I mean a GM in the NBA, in what right are you giving up any assets for Billy Donovan? I'm just wondering, right? Does there a GM in the league right now that's looking at Billy Donovan with the job he's done in his 3 years coaching the Bulls and saying, I'll give up 2 seconds for that coach? Fuck no, bro. Not with Ime Udoka out there, right? Not with him out there, or Joe Mazzulla if they decide to bring Udoka back. Like, ain't nobody trading. Ain't nobody trading for no fucking Billy Donovan. I'm going to be honest, when I first heard about the Billy signing, I literally said, who the hell is this? Looked him up and said, that's him. Oh, yeah, we're screwed. Billy Donovan? When Billy Donovan was initially signed to the Chicago Bulls, I thought it may be a solid hire. I didn't think it was going to be anything that, like, he was going to be the coach when we became a championship team, but I did think it was a solid hire. But at this point, it's like, man, listen, it ain't even that. If you were GM, what trades were you personally making the offseason? I'm sending DeMar DeRozan. I'm going to trade DeMar DeRozan for Mo Bamba. If we can also get Jared Van. Matter of fact, I'm sending DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, because they seem to want him back as well. I'm sending that for Mo Bamba, Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, and their 2000, because at that point they'll be able to trade their 2030 pick and your 2030 pick lottery protected. That's what I'm getting. You got to give me that back. Anything less, I ain't doing no business with you. Wish Portland wasn't committed to building around Dame for the 10th season in a row. That's a player I love the Bulls to go after in the offseason. Never going to happen. They ain't giving that man up for nothing, which is crazy. Put Donovan on Craigslist. Bro, like that they going to come rob us for him. There ain't nobody giving no. That's funny. Happy you addressed the send DeMar to the contenders rumor. If we trade him, we need to get something good for him, not to anything to send him away. Good point, Haize, bro. Like, yeah, man, we ain't finna send him to nowhere so he can win the title. He ain't did shit for us. Can we trade Billy Donovan? Part of the DeMar DeRozan trade needs to be you got to take Billy Donovan, right? You got to take Billy Donovan. We don't care what you do with him once you have him, but you got to take Billy Donovan. That's what needs to happen. At that point, don't even give us no first round picks. Trading away DeMar DeRozan and getting really Billy Donovan to do it, we good, man. We good. We good at that point. Just get rid of his ass, man. I feel a long winning streak coming for Chicago. Oh. Hey, listen, I'm glad that somebody feels it because most of us don't. If the Bulls fans want to keep Zach, I think the smart move is to trade DeMar for an unhappy superstar. That's how DeMar got traded from the Raptors to the Spurs, who was an unhappy star that could move. That's still not happening. You're not getting a star-level player back for DeMar DeRozan. Keep in mind, when that happened and the Toronto Raptors sent him out, that was still a player. I think he was 29, maybe 30 at that point. That's a far cry from trading for a player that's over 33 with 1 year left on their contract. It's not happening for us, bro. That's not happening. And maybe I'm wrong. If AK makes it happen, I will be happy, and that will restore my faith in AK. But I just don't think we're getting that level of player back for DeMar DeRozan at this point. Keep in mind, that was 5 years ago he was traded. He's 33 now. DeMar DeRozan was 28 years old when he got traded. That's a way better, different package than what you can get now for a 33-year-old DeMar DeRozan. We should have traded the big three this deadline, gotten our pick back from the Magic and Tank. But that's not going to happen. They're not what? Come on, man. Bro, I just learned about P. Will's college run. Mans was a six-man. Maybe he's more fit to come off the bench at his peak, and he should be developing him with more scattered minutes. No, that's not going to develop him. He should be. But see, that's the thing. It's not just about him starting. It's how you use him starting him. Billy Donovan is not using Patrick Williams in a good way. He's just not. Steve-O says, y'all got DeMar DeRozan's value way too high. That's crazy, man. No cap, I'll do that. Bron want DeMar that bad. I mean, does he? But that's the thing. I just don't know if Rob Pelinka, after correcting his mistake of trading youth away for Russell Westbrook, I just don't know if he does that same thing again. I could be wrong. I just don't know if he's going to do that again. The only thing going to get Billy out of Chicago, someone kidnapped his ass. That's funny. DeRozan, Donovan, buy one, get one free, even though you really don't want the second one. That's hilarious. Yes, please. Listen, sometimes you just got to sell things at a loss sometimes, right? Sometimes you got to sell it as a loss, man. You just got to find a. But yeah. I think it's unlikely, but in the NBA, 3+ superstar per year request trades. The key would be to find a star to put us on their list like KD and the Suns. Unfortunately, Zach isn't a mag. It's not just about Zach. This organization, Billy Donovan, there's nothing right now where a superstar that's a disgruntled is going to be like, of all the teams I can request a trade to, I want the Chicago Bulls. I want to go to the place that literally, the cold chills your bones in the winter, right? I want to go to a place where their $40 million a max level player has literally looked like dog shit. I want to go to the place where the starting one and the starting two combined have one good knee. I don't like this. That's a tall order, bro. That's a tall order. Can't kidnap his ass because his loud ass chewing gum is going to be. Listen, you know what you do? For my Family Guy watchers, you remember, I can't remember the character's name, where he was like, oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. And they shipped his ass off somewhere. We just need to drop Bubblicious all over the city of Chicago. All over the city of Chicago. Keep that Bubblicious going all the way. Get his ass into one of the containers on the river. Ship his ass to Ethiopia somewhere and let him come out of there and be like, what the fuck? That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do. Send his ass somewhere, bro. You got to get his ass up out of there. Billy Donovan and DeMar DeRozan must go, and only one of them are in reality going to go. My favorite episode. Oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. That was a hilarious ass episode. I've been rewatching Boondocks, and I forgot just how damn funny the first season of that show was. I made it 5 episodes in, and I was like, I gotta stop this shit. It's gonna be a long while before we get back to the promised land. Hey, listen, right now the promised land is simply to build a better team. Like, let's one step at a time. We can't get back to Zion immediately. I hate my Bulls right now because on paper this team we had this best team we had in a minute, but fuck, can they not gel or make threes for the life of them? And I want to do so good so bad. I want them to do so good so bad. Listen, it's not like this season sucks, man. It's it. The season sucks. I'm drinking tequila at 6:34 p.m., 5:34 Chicago time. That's just what it is, man. That's what this season has come to. Tyler Wondermore says, hey, Haize, have you been looking at the draft, or is it too early for looking at players in this draft? I don't start getting my draft coverage together until March. That's when I start giving my draft coverage together, because at that point, we usually have an idea of where the Bulls are going to sit. And we may not even need to do any draft coverage, because keep in mind, if the Bulls pick falls outside of the top 4, we're not getting it, right? We're not getting it. So this may be an off season in which I just don't have to do draft coverage. Now, over on NBA Central, I'll still do draft coverage, but this may be a season where I don't have to do any draft coverage because the Bulls ain't got no goddamn draft picks. Uncle Ruckus, don't trust them new players over yonder. No, Stink Meaner's my favorite. Like that's my y'all got Ricky Fontaine does an imitation of that so good. I agree, it's a tall order. I'm just hopeful, in a hopeful move for the 2003 offseason. I think Luke experiment in Dallas is coming to an end. Warriors are going to break up, and Philly may be the new Utah. Listen, ain't none of that happening. I mean, let me not say none of that's happening, but I don't think even if it does, any of it's benefiting the Chicago Bulls. Kadaro says, Haize, do you watch any other basketball games besides Bulls? You see the Bucks Celtics game? That was awesome. We are far from that show. Yeah, I have a whole channel on general NBA. I watch a lot. I watch tons of NBA games. Probably over the course of a week, I probably watch 20 NBA games over the course of a week. So yeah, I watch a lot of basketball. Matter of fact, there's always, you guys may know, I'm going to let this in. So when I'm doing my post-game show, there's a TV right here. And anytime I'm looking over to the right, I'm not looking for, I'm looking at a game. So I watch basketball games all week. I watch a ton of NBA. That's why we have NBA Central. Certification Poppy says, remember when the outlet's biggest concern was the defense because we were so talented offensively? Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, Haize, that our 2023 pick is protected. Yeah, our 2023 pick is top 4 protected, meaning that if it falls in the top 4, we get to keep it. If it's anything but the top 4, it goes to the Orlando Magic. So because of that, it's going to be very unlikely that the Bulls unless we get super lucky, that we get to keep our pick. Now, the Portland pick may convey, but that doesn't seem like it's going to convey. So there's a high probability that the Bulls actually don't have any draft picks in this upcoming draft unless they trade into the draft. And if that happens, shout out to them. So yeah, we have to take a look at that. We need a scandal on Reinsdorf like Donald Sterling had. That's the only hope as a Bulls fan. That ain't coming. Like Jerry Reinsdorf got freaking no DAs out the wazoo. No, tanking doesn't help us. The season's too far. The Bulls have basically won too many games to where tanking is not going to be good for them. What do you mean? Marco got called up too, Lil Famo. Marco got called up. The first people they announced getting called up was Dalen and Marco. So, you know, they'll both be available. We'll see if they play. I know it's not NBA Central, but mark my words, a winning team is going to break up this offseason, and after a tragic loss, maybe Dallas, Warriors, Sixers, Clippers, etc. But AK has continuity. I tell you what, Dallas I don't see breaking up just because they just kind of got that together. Warriors, they're never breaking up the Warriors as long as Steph and Clay. We'll see what happens with Green. But they're not going to break up that team. No matter how they finish, where they finish, they're not going to break up that team. They're going to keep trying to add. I don't see them breaking up the Warriors anytime soon. The Sixers, I would say that there's a chance. And the Clippers, there's a chance on that as well, but I don't think that happens this offseason. I may be wrong, though. I'm not saying it's not one of those things where I'm like, I'm wholly right, but I just don't see it necessarily coming. They put an AC at the 3. Is he playing tonight? Have they said that he's going to be available tonight? Because I know he was listed as doubtful. Oh, yeah, he's starting. Wow. The starting lineup today, Ayo Dosunmu, Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. They really they don't want to play Dalen, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Black Prophet, the Bulls will be in the lottery. I actually don't see the Bulls making the playing game. Well, even if they make the play-in, if they don't make it out the play-in tournament, they're still going to be a lottery team. So technically, if the Bulls make the play-in, they lose their first game in the play-in and get eliminated, they're still Still a lottery team. So watch us land the 7th pick. Yeah, bro. Like, and we won't have it then. It'll be going to the Orlando Magic. The more I watch Dalen, the more I love the pick. Agreed. Like, Dalen shows a lot of things that you want to see from a player. And like I said before, much like a Jimmy Butler, I'm not comparing him to Jimmy Butler, but I'm saying much like it, Dalen has the work ethic that if anybody's going to turn themselves into a star, even though they didn't come in as a star level prospect, Dalen Terry is the type of player that does so because he works hard. He has high energy. You can tell he has that second motor. He has that dog in him. He's a gym rat. The fact that he added almost 10 pounds of muscle during a season shows you how much he's working out. It's very hard. Players have talked about this. It's extremely hard for players to add muscle during a season. The fact that Dalen Terry added 10 pounds of muscle during his first season in the NBA, imagine what he's going to do like in the offseason, working with the NBA trainers over the offseason, having another offseason where he's going around traveling, playing ball against star level players. Like, Dalen is going to come in, I think, with a really big chip on the shoulder next season. Lottery equals top 13 draft picks. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for telling them. Dalen is 20 years old, high testosterone, so it's easier to build muscle. Well, he's only 19. I don't think Dalen Terry's 20 yet. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I think Dalen Terry's still 19, fam. Let me check on that. I like to check myself just to make sure I'm not tripping. Oh, he is 20. He turned 20 in July. Shout out to Dalen Terry. Shout out to Dalen. Now, Haize, you know Billy don't know who Marco is. Well, no, he's not playing bro ass. Like, watch this. See, I agree with you, but watch this be the day where we see he's like, remember when Tom Thibodeau used to be like, Joe, ice. Watch us see Billy Donovan on the side. Marco. What? Bitch, we didn't even know you knew who he was. What you talking about? Facts, because basketball is nothing but cardio. You're not supposed to really gain muscle, so he's working and eating right. That's a fact. Well, he's not sitting on the bench. Dalen Terry's been playing basketball all summer. Go and check out the Windy City Bulls. He's been playing all season. It's not like he's been missing games. Dalen Terry has been playing basketball. And he's still in practice. He's not just sitting on, like, you're not working out during the game, bro. Like, I understand the wittiness of that response, but it's the in-between. Like, he's been playing basketball all season, just not for us. Well, officially for us, for our G League affiliate. Jamal, short term, I wish we had Walker Kessler over Dalen, but yeah, I'm still hopeful Dalen becomes a beast to match his heart. I remember, and here's the thing. This is going to be the last thing before I leave. I remember in the offseason, I think it was Steve-O. I know Pat. There were a couple other Bulls creators who were very high on Walker Kessler. And I remember like people like Will Gottlieb was like, there's no way Walker Kessler as a rookie, he comes in, because it was when the Rudy Gobert thing. I was like, why would we trade all these assets for Rudy Gobert, who is a better player? But if we just need shot blocking, if we need rim protection and rebounding, we can just draft Walker Kessler, a player who set records for rebounding, was the defensive player of the year in college, and set records for blocks. He averages like 3 blocks per game in college. And then I remember people like, well, he's not going to come in. He's not going to be able to do that. Walker Kessler has come into the NBA and is basically said, and his game may never grow. Who Walker Kessler is right now may be who Walker Kessler is for the rest of his NBA career. But he comes in right away and offers rebounding, offers shot blocking, and gives a lot of things that the Bulls absolutely could use right now. Walker Kessler is leading the Utah. He's averaging 2 blocks per game as a rookie. And keep in mind, a rookie who is not athletic at all. He's only averaging about 8 rebounds per game, but his rebounding rate, keep in mind, he hasn't been starting. He only started 22 games out of 56. His rebounding rate will put him at 11 rebounds per game per 36 minutes, which, you know, I don't like the per 36 minutes, but the dude can rebound and block shots. If he ain't going to do nothing else in the NBA, he's going to be able to rebound and block shots and operate a pick and roll offensively really good. So I was really high on Walker Kessler this draft. Really, really high on Walker Kessler. Where in the world is Marko Simonovic? Nobody knows, bro. He's back in his mama's uterus for all we know. Billy Donovan don't know who Marko Simonovic is. But all right, y'all. We are going to go ahead and end the live stream for today. I'll be back halftime. Make sure you guys are tuned in for the halftime hangout right here on Chicago Bulls Central. You can follow us at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, you can leave a text and our voicemail. Number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red, y'all. Peace.